Today, I'm going to show you guys is how to record a dry and dirty take into Ableton 9 Suite. So I'm using a Pod X3. Alright, first we're going to open our Ableton Live. I'm going to do this on a new file, so we will check our outputs, match studio directed what we want, and then you want to pan tone 2 to the right, and you want to pan tone 1 to the left. Go to options, scroll down to preferences. We got our ASIO selected, and then we're going to select our pod. Then we're going to use these two audio tracks. Set one to input 1, one input to input 2, and then we're going to arm both of them. And now both of our audio tracks are armed, one with input 1, one with input 2. Either hit tab or come over here and click this button, and we're going to set up a MIDI track for a drum kit to be our click track. So here's two MIDI takes up here. We'll click this one. We have to create an instance, so you drag and drop a few bars, hit insert MIDI clip. Now we have a actual MIDI clip to work with. Now we're gonna have to open an instrument. You got instruments here, you got drums here, and for this and most projects I like to start out with a dry kit. So we do a session dry kit. We'll double click that. Now that it's opened, this MIDI take is now that drum kit. So double click this, and you have the hand with the circle lets you zoom in. Now that we're zoomed in, we're going to right click, hit enter draw mode, and now we're going to apply some quarter note snare hits. And once I got 4 drawn, I copy and paste the rest. I don't have my my left hand free, so I'll just do it manually with the mouse, and we'll do a couple of those. Copy. Go back and forth a little bit. Do one more, and this will give you a nice metronome to work off of, just a straight. And then this will bring you back to the last view. Now we got our 8 bars selected, and we got our 2 tracks armed. We got the kit on this one, rocking the snare, and we are now, I'm gonna switch it to the TV so you guys can hear the click track real quick. Make sure it works. Alright, click track is working. We've selected with this, we've selected to loop this section, which you can turn the loop on and off right there. And so now we got that set up. I'm going to set up to record guitars. Make sure your pod's on. Go back to preferences, make sure it's selected. Now that it's selected, it'll go into Ableton. Now we have to open Gearbox just to make sure everything's copacetic. And while Gearbox is loading up, don't hit any buttons on this or it'll fail your tone transfer. We don't want to fail the tone transfer. So now that Gearbox is opened up, I'm just double checking everything. We're on one of these pre-tone Bad Star Wanderer tones I made, and on tone 1 we got all the dirtiness and we got it set to left. Tone 2, I turned the amp off, and I set this around 30% because this actually has a lot to do with things. This actually sets the trim level for your clean take. So right in this region will allow for a good reamping tone and not be too much. So this basically emulates the clean take right before it ever goes into the amp. And I'm gonna have to experiment with this setting. I wish it would have went straight through, but so far this seems to be a good setting. And set tone 2 to right. So now that all this is checked out, we can minus out of here, X out of that. So we got our tracks armed, we got our metronome looped, and we are ready to record some guitars. All you have to do to record is hit arm your tracks and then hit record. Now we're recording. I'm gonna come over to my guitar, turn the volume up, and we're just gonna do some test. Just some test runs. Now we'll hit stop. And as you see, this is a dirty take and this is a clean take. Let's hope I can switch back over to the TV mode and let you hear that. Alright, so now we're set on TV output. We'll solo this. There's the dirty one, and there's the clean one. Can obviously tell the difference. Clean, can barely hear it. Got it set on 6 dB plus. Dirty. Dirty, obviously. Really loud. Alright, and that is how you record a clean take at the same as a dirty take, so you can reamp this one any way you feel like it.